Wow. Guys, she's brand new. That was beautiful what I just said. Maybe we could do some mime reading. Can you hear me now? Ooh, that's assault. Are we back? Here she is. She's back. Okay, thank you. Yeah, she's new. She just came. Don't stream for a week. You won't find your way back on to the World Wide Web. So what happened here was I said, "Happy MLK Inauguration Day 2025." It is January 20th. We've got Chloe down the Cape now, babes. Okay, there is no waterfront property in Vermont. So now Clobo is hanging out in her red polka dot bikini, texting a couple of friends. And what is in those red solo cups, we may never know. But I love your faces. Thank you for joining me. Yeah. Thank you, Leveromi with cheese. Eunice, I don't know if that's going to stick for me. Okay. It might stick for you guys calling me it, but I don't think this is going to be my favorite nickname that I've gotten over the years from you guys. Um, any other name? Maybe Eunice. I could be Phyllis. I could be potentially Dolores, but Eunice. Oh, I mean, to any Eunices out there, we love you. Um, but so yeah, I just wanted to touch base, say hello. I don't know if anybody saw on the exit today where Jimmy and Altman had a little bit of a stream that was jaw dropping. Okay. Clutched my pearls, clutched my butt. And I was like, speak your truth, sis. You know what I mean? Speak what you must. Feel your feelings. I support you. But this is a day of it's a lot. There's a lot happening, right? We're in a changeover period. So in our changeover period, what we like to do is just think about one another. Okay? We didn't come this far to only come this far. Who said that? You know who it is. Her name is Kimberly Noel Kardashian. Hit us with that gem when she was dating a rapper who had unfortunately dropped his basket a time or two. Went out to go hang with some yaks in Wyoming. And she was like, okay, I can handle yaks in Wyoming. And then she was like, it's getting a little uncomfy. And she did what she had to do. So maybe was this auntie's uncomfy, I'm coming for Kanye moment? We need to get a divorce. I don't know. Yes, Llewellyn says FKR hearts only. P.S. Give me a number one, babes, if you're in the chat and you got to go to a National Standout Day yesterday, January 19th, 2025, across the US of A and beyond, because I believe there was a man named Mark down in Cancun. And I love that. I love it. I want you to be hanging out at maybe a Hyatt or a DoubleTree. I don't know where you were, but you were standing out for Karen. Because at the end of the day, all we are here for is because we believe in the same thing. Look at number one, Christina. And Christina, it was your first one, wasn't it, babe? I saw your sign. You looked so pretty. Oh, and curious, Wendy, you didn't get to go. I know, Lovey. That is so incredible. Now, I do want to let you know that here is our mission, right? And we know, oh, guys, look, I made a new background too. Little bit, thought it was a little spring or something, trying to get us there. While we have snow and more snow coming, let us look at this little beautiful thing that I found, that if it is not what you can do for your country, right? Or ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. This is what I want you guys to ask. When we're interacting with one another on the World Wide Web, perhaps we could say, I was just wondering, is this going to free Karen? Hmm, I don't know. Because if I'm saying it, is this helping free Karen? Is this gonna free Karen? I don't think so. Then you know what I'm gonna do, babes? I'm gonna put it in my little tiny pocket. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. I'm gonna save it for later. And then at the end, when all is said and done, you know what I can do with it? I can say, oh, look, I found something for you. It was just right there. If needed. But generally speaking, we want to always, come from a place of kindness. Most of the time, we try to. Oh, Reggie Ray, GB, thank you so much. Oh, that's effing gorgeous. I don't know what you're referring to, but I love that you said it. And we ain't got no quit. Hashtag FKR says atta girl. Yeah. That's what we do. We know what the principle of the matter is, right? We sit here and we say, hey, I've got time that we take, that you take from your lives, that I take from my life, that everybody just takes, and we say, we know fundamentally that we are searching for justice for Officer John O'Keefe and the loss of his life. And also, we are trying to free Karen Reed. Because why, babes? She did not strike Officer John O'Keefe with her vehicle in reverse on January 29th, 2022 at 24.2 miles an hour. The adjacent things that are going on, you deal with them as you will. If there is going to be, if there are creators that you don't like, if you hate me, you don't have to watch. I get it. I'm annoying. Ugh. I have a yucky Boston accent, which is not, it's a Merrimack Valley accent. But it is, off-putting. A little odd and off-putting to some. I get it. You can't be everyone's cup of tea. But you know what we can do is we can try to be as neutral, right? Like, it can be like, oh, that's not for me. I'm not into that. I don't like them. I don't like what they stand for. And yet you can still be like, but I don't need to shit on them every day. Right? Like, everybody is not best friends. We like who we like. We float like butterflies, sting like bees, babe. But what we don't do is shit in our own front yard when we're trying to do what? Ask ourselves every day. This is what we do. We say, is this going to free Karen? If the answer is no, I humbly ask you to keep your little tiny, hands and feet inside the vehicle because you're so petite, all of you little lovely loveys. Just keep those hands and feet inside the vehicle until the ride is over. Okay? And then feral. Do you boo. Okay? Let's put our feelings down, stuff them so far down like we're dealing with our childhood traumas together. Okay? We can all work with a therapist right afterwards. But for right now, I know that I want to ask myself this one question. Is this going to free Karen? And if it's not, then I'm going to try to the best I can because I'm not perfect, right? None of us are. How do I get rid of this? Oh, none of us are perfect. So I'm not asking you to like be doing God's work. And meanwhile, I'm being a bitchy MacGyver to good time Jewel Carp. I know. The spirit moves us sometimes. And you can't do anything about it. There's a little something that comes up and you're like, not going to let it go. Just can't do it. I've tried, and listen, none of us are perfect. We have tried, you try your best every day, and we'll try our best tomorrow. If you're imperfect today, frig praise God, we will, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, we'll have another chance tomorrow. And none of us are guaranteed it, but, like, I do the best job that I can today, and that is my TED Talk. Okay? Now, let me read and see what you guys are doing, because I love you. Oh, Fuzzy Lou, thank you so much. It says, "I love your accent." See, and that is kind. When Auntie was doing the superlatives, which I don't know if you guys are not, which I think all of my humans are subscribed to Jimmy, Auntie Deb, but when he went through, I thought for sure Tom CPU was gonna win that because he has the best. He has such a South Shore accent to me that I love to hear him talk. So that was an unexpected win, but then Mazza blows me out of the water. He gets Peacemaker. I tried. Which of course Mazza is an angel face, okay? What is he doing? Eating wings, not getting involved in bullshit. Why? Because he asks himself the question. One more time. Is this gonna free Karen? Mazza says, no, it's not. And I'm also not a dramatic bitch. So he doesn't get involved. And so that was wonderful. And then the LV cops beat Jimmy and I out by 1 vote. What? 1 vote was away from me and Jimmy getting Best Friend Award. I felt that in my soul, okay? I felt it. I felt it. And then I don't think I was, I don't think I was actually any honoree or any nomination that had to do with Free and Karen, but I'll take the Boston accent because I know Karen has the thickest Fall River accent. So we're Eskimo accent sisters. And Wendy, hey babes, hey Miss Jess NB. Oh, Kelly Garcia. You said it. I would never. I love that. And then we have, here it is. Carla Bratowski. Hi, Carla. Nice to see you. Says the truth will free Karen and give peace to John. Well, isn't that profound? Like, that is what it's about, babes. And I truly believe, I truly believe. I know that there is maybe an active cell of individuals that like to tell us all that we are not in this movement for the correct reasons. They would like to tell us that we are, maybe asshats or grifters or we don't believe it or this or that. But I know what I believe. And I know what an almost 18-year career has taught me medically. And I know what I see with my own 2 eyes. And I know how the Norfolk District Attorney's Office has worked in this case, which is something seems a little bit off, okay? And we know that, there was a lot of very questionable behavior by Mass State Police. There's questionable behavior by people that may or may not have butt dialing in the middle of the night while making love, okay? Singing maybe a little, I don't know if that's Bob Seger. It might be Tom Petty. I really love your peaches, wanna shake your tree. Right? That's what he was singing in my mind. And then he by accident got so excited that he butt dialed Higgy with his actual dairy air. Should be in an episode of Ripley's Believe It or Not. Maybe in the Guinness Book of World Records. Who am I? I don't know. Not a judge, babe. Well, and isn't that the truth? We ain't got no quit, FKR says, and get a butt dial back. Magicians, magic, things happen. Maybe we're all in Harry Potter land. I don't know who is Voldemort right now because there's a lot of them. Okay, we have some people who may be acting in a Voldemort-like pattern. So, what's up? How you been? Oh my God, I'm such a weirdo. Sorry, guys. I did want to say to us that me and Larry Legend did. If nobody's on Twitter, don't go to Twitter. Okay, it makes you nervous. It gives you agita. You will need Tums and potentially a Prilosec after going on it. But every Friday night at 9:00, me and Larry Legend, Larry Legend, who is a mythical creature but also incredible. He is a troll slayer and white knighting for all of us who are being, persecuted and doxxed on the World Wide Web. He comes over, dunks on him, and he's also hilarious. So that brings me a lot of joy. So Friday at 9, me and Larry will be doing that. Additionally, I wanted to know, after Dr. Marie Russell was given her expert status and Judge Beverly Cannoni decided to, throw a bone, no pun intended. Chloe, stop throwing bones. Throw a bone to the defense and write a 3-page response to why she allowed this expert, who she allowed the first trial, our doctor, Dr. Marie Russell. She also put some shade in that. I know that you've gone over this with so many different creators, so you don't need me to go over it with you. But I will say that I am so looking forward, guys. And again, no inside information. I don't know shit about shit. But I would believe that after seeing these motions that have been filed by Special Prosecutor Hank Brennan, that we may be in for a treat of unknown proportions when it comes to the defense team starting their motions, okay? Because we haven't seen any. We ain't seen nothing yet, babes. And when the defense starts to put their motions forward, ooh, we will be clutching our pearls and clenching you know what's. It is going to be a more formidable opponent, I believe, this time from the Commonwealth. But I truly, honestly, and earnestly know in my heart that I believe Karen Reed will be acquitted on all 3 charges if we do not hear back from the Mass Supreme Court, for if anything, would be having them go back and get some kind of polling the jury. So we're just working with a lot of different angles right now. I think that the defense is waiting 100% to see where the chips are going to fall. But as for the experts, I believe every single expert that testified in trial 1 will testify in trial 2 and to the scope of which they were allowed the first trial. What do you think? SJC. Kevin from Illinois knows what we do. Okay. We clutch our pearls, we clench our buttholes, and we do it proudly. Susie Snow Targaryen, first of your name, stop it. I just started X because I didn't know what the F was happening, but I'm not getting involved with anything. If I do ever post, it will be something funny or positive. Well, I love that. I love it. I love that is exactly how I believe it should be done. Um, and, unfortunately, I've been known to get into a little bit of I get lost in the sauce sometimes, Susie, okay? I'm doing the best I can. But sometimes I reply and it's not, you know, butterflies and kindness. It is a little bit of, um, uh, a little bit of a taste. It's a little salty, okay? It's a little Rudy Tooty Toots, okay? But I will say confidently that I do not attack, I will just rebut. You know what I'm saying? So don't let anybody push you to that level that you are going to do something or say something, or like not do something, but like say something that would be um taken as anything that they could work with. You could call anybody names, call them dumb, call them, A, B, C, or D, but don't be terrible to people because we try to just stay focused on what our goal is, right? And my goal is never going to be to try to break anyone down, whether you fall on one side or another. I don't want to break any spirits. And I don't think that anyone should be trying to break our spirits for having an opinion that we do, educated opinion that we do on a public case. Llewellyn Harkness said Dr. Russell should be able to testify about auto pedestrian injuries too. Totally agree. Totally agree. Because her voir dires, her Daubert hearings indicated that she had treated how many hundreds upon hundreds, thousand maybe, um, car accident, MVAs, as we call them. Pedestrian strikes are a little bit of a different subcategory, but she has all the experience in the world to be able to tell you how you treat those injuries and treat them effectively. And does this correlate with what we are seeing as injuries that Officer John O'Keefe sustained? Does that make sense? Or are we comparing apples and oranges? I don't know. Well, hello, Ask Bob. Nice to see you, my friend. Ask Bob says never Facebook and never Twitter. YouTube is social enough for me. I love that. I love that. And I just got on, well, no, it's going to be my year anniversary on the Twitter. And I'd like to maybe break up. Okay? I'd like to break up with Twitter and just have a casual relationship. It's been a little toxic, okay? We've been in a toxic relationship for 6 months at least, and I would really like him to leave me alone, okay? No means no, Twitter. Oh. Oops. And Maddie Wags. This is what we really needed to talk about today because I was on one on, oh gosh, what was it, Sunday night? No, Saturday night. So, if you don't know, if you're new to me or you know me from TikTok, that is where I started. And then I ended up getting like a TikTok ban or I got copyright strikes for nothing. Rude. I was copyright striking myself. Like I would post my own stuff and they'd be like, you don't know her. And I was like, I am her. I'm her. And I couldn't call anyone in China. So I ended up moseying over to the YouTube and I started my channel in the summer, August of this year, or no, last year, 24. And I started making content over here with you guys. And it was awesome. It's been awesome. I love it. I'm obsessed. Okay. And I still am on the TikTok, but I haven't been as great to everyone, which I wanted to do way more in 2025. And then the ban actually went into effect. Babes, when I tell you 18 hours, it felt like 18 years. I was beside myself. I sent a goodbye message to everyone. So I was like, I was feeling all of my feelings. I'm crying. I'm watching. I'll take 7. Yeah, and I'd like, yeah, give me 17. I was just doing a renegade in my living room. I was like, zoo, 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 zoo. It got me through the entire freaking pandemic. I love TikTok. I love the TikTok algorithm. And then all of a sudden, it said the United States government has shut this bitch down and it is illegal and closed my app. I left my own body, okay? Left my own body. Luckily, yesterday, and an unlikely hero came through, and then a hero comes along. Who is it? I don't know. Might be Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know who it is. It could be Meta, which I don't want it to be because the algorithm will be Funky Cole Medina. But, we ended up getting that there will be some sort of negotiation that is done, and I think that President Trump, as he is getting inaugurated today, said that he would like, or not to well, he's getting inaugurated today, but he said yesterday that he would work with the Chinese government or ByteDance and try to get that sale, so there has been another 90-day stay. So, we're gonna be able to have access to TikTok for another 90 days. Last night, I tried to do a live, and I couldn't get on. I kept pressing. I'm like, "I've gotta see my people." And, I just it would not allow me to. I think they are allowing lives today, so maybe I'll go live later tonight on TikTok, but, it was just you never realized how positive or I've always known, okay? I've always known how positive TikTok is. It's like all of us, right? Like all of us who enjoy each other, who are kind to each other, who lift each other up. That's what TikTok is. Okay? Then you have other platforms, which yes, I love YouTube and YouTube has been nothing but lovely to me as well. But like Facebook can get very if it's not like your grandmother or your aunt, there could be some things that are going down in some Facebook groups. Okay. The next door app is all government informants. They are telling you exactly what is going on in your cul-de-sac at all times. I heard a noise. There's 2 cats fighting behind Kim's house. Like, I don't even have cats. Why are you saying that? That's weird. That's assault. So, we just have a lot to be thankful for, and I'm very thankful for the TikTok app as it's in a whole, right? Like, as itself, I'm obsessed. I love the TikTok app. I think that it's a little bit it's a little too addictive because you can literally sit down, start scrolling. "Hi, I'll see you in 3 hours." What just happened? Who am I? I'm on a farm somewhere with a guy named Ross, okay? He's feeding baby cows and I'm getting crock pot recipes. Get the frig out of town. I want it all. Am I going to do a Pilates routine? Fuck no. No, I'm not. Okay? But I'm going to think about it. Sure am. I'm going to buy things that I don't need. Okay? Am I a Tarte ambassador? Absolutely not. You might think it from the way that I purchase their products. Has Kino, our tiny factory worker, has he received items from the TikTok? Yeah. Yeah, he has. Because TikTok knows me better than I know me. If TikTok recommends it, I'll try it. Guys, I might be the security risk, okay? I might be the national security issue. It's me. I'm like, "Take it. Take everything. Take it. I don't care if you know what I like. I don't care if you know, like, what I owe on my cable bill. Go for it, babe. If you have my contact list, oh, who you calling? Call them. Check them out from China. See how they're doing." Yep, yep. Kevin from Illinois again says Tarte mascara. The fake awake, Kevin? I've been faking awake since 2010, okay? Since I became a mother, I've been faking awake. But now I have a little white liner to put on my in line on my bottom. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Ooh. Oh. Oh, hello. Umpires bad calls. You're not a lady, F bomber, and you're homely as hell. Uh, umpire, that was not a strike. That was a ball. Okay. That's hurtful. I don't know why we're hurting my feelings on a Monday and on Martin Luther King Day to boot. Ooh, it's assault, sir. Oh, and look at Scott McGinnis says FKR boots on the ground include paws on the ground. I love that. Scott McGinnis, where were you yesterday? I think I saw pictures of you. I also saw, guys, did you see Kelly and Nathan anywhere? Did you see him potentially with Mr. Mike Crawford? And NBC 10 did a interview with them. It was so good. I loved it. Oh, Maddie Wag said, "I heard Nathan's going to be on NBC." Oh, he sure is, babe. They just put up the article or the what was it? The clip just a while back, and I loved it already. Oh. Oh, thank you, Jackie Murphy. Is Auntie here? Hi, Auntie, if you're here, lovey. Scott McGinnis says Legacy Place in Dedham and then Auburn, Mass. That's awesome. I saw everybody. Everybody looked so great. You guys looked incredible. I was prepping. I was storm prepping, and I also have a father who has pneumonia. So I was blacked out in my own right. I also had like the weirdest week last week. I was just a little bit off kilter myself. I was just like, ew, like between work, the kids, family, and everything else in between, I was on overdrive. So I am so glad that you all got to get together and to show the support that is so appreciated. I saw Karen, and there's a picture of Karen, guys. It's on I'll put it on my community page if you guys didn't see it, but she's giving hugs to somebody. It was actually where I believe where Resistance to Silence, Dana and Tracy were, and the person, the Free Karen Reed supporter, had a sign that said "Justice for Officer John O'Keefe," and she was giving this person the biggest hug. And I thought to myself, "Wow, now that for the small percentage that are loud but small of people that say, oh, she is heartless or she is a person who only cares about herself, selfish, heartless, unkind, uncaring." We know that that's not true. Like, that from testimony of witnesses of the Commonwealth, right? But I felt like that specific photo, that still shot was so profound to see her just embracing a person with that message, and that it didn't say "Free Karen Reed." It said "Justice for Officer John O'Keefe." And I know that Karen every day is acutely aware of it's her fighting for her life and her fighting for justice for Officer John O'Keefe's life. And that means a significant amount to her and her family and all of us. And I think that it is just really a twisted game that can be played if you are going to take a family who has been nothing but kind and loving. And if you saw Nathan on any of the streams that he's done, that support and that rock solid family have just, it's been that way. It's been that way since jump. They have great parents. They have great siblings, and they take care of each other like we should, right? We all should take care of each other. And it makes sense to me why we're drawn and why we say, okay, I made up my mind about this and I have a conclusion now because I've seen all the evidence. You didn't just listen to something. You didn't just make this on a whim. You are not uneducated. You took everything in and made a determination that Karen Reed did not commit reverse driving in order to injure Officer John O'Keefe that resulted in his fatal injuries and subsequent death. And when you see the people that rally around her, this is our community. These are our humans. These are our people. We get it. Whether you're local or whether you're national or international, you all matter. Every single one of you matter. And I know that Karen appreciates you and her family appreciates you. And I know I freaking think that the sun, rises and sets on you guys. I love you. We found our own little friggin' tribe, as Mary Malaki said. Where's my Malak? Is she here? I don't know. Scott McGinnis said Karen Reed and all her extended family so much appreciate all the FKR peeps, boots on the ground, paws on the ground. They show up amongst us all. Isn't that the truth, Scott? I love our paws on the ground. Look at, right? Keen Bean, are we going to go paws on the ground? Next standout? You'd be my paws on the ground partner. He's a handsome boy. You're just getting home from work, sir? Oh, I'll have to talk to him afterwards about his day. And, so, babes, I just wanted to say this to you as well. And, Scott, I appreciate you so much. I did want, my lordy lord, sorry. I don't know who do I think I am right now, but I think I just saw. Oh, free Karen Reed. Thank you, Nurse Kim. Absolutely. And Maddie Wags knows that Keno is the bestest boy, in my opinion. He is a sassy little macaroon. He's a hard worker, works at a factory, doesn't get many days off, but he keeps going. Why? Because he didn't just come this far to come this far. And he also asks himself, what, babes? Is this going to free Karen? He asked himself that at least how many times, Bubbles? Keno, how many times do you ask? Let's bring you. Come, my son. You want to see everybody? You want to see our friends? Okay. Oh, look at that boy. Oh, look at that boy. Oh, hello. Everyone wanted to say hi to you. You just got off your shift. You're so tired. Must I rub you? Must I rub your shoulders, my son? Oh, God, I can't even get him on. All right, ready? Oh, it was a hard day. Oh, yeah. It just never ends. Jeff is the manager at the factory. Do you have tomorrow off? Because you worked a holiday. Today was a holiday. Federal holiday. Okay, I love you. Go to slumber, my son. Okay. Okay, Jeff. Kelly, if Chloe bit, you must have quit, which I used to be Kelly Gigabyte Me Bev. Remember? Look at, she's got an elephant memory. Gay Jeff. No, this is hetero, definitely cis male. Jeff, he runs a real tight ship. He is never allowing the shift leaders, who include Keno, okay, to take a day off ever. He does not allow it. He has worked, I believe it's now 52 consecutive months for the same company, never got a bonus, never got a $25 gift card or a turkey at Christmas. But, we can't even complain to the Better Business Bureau. Okay, so this is what I wanted to bring up, though, babes. Before we go, I just wanted to talk all the SHIT with you. And I found this case a while back that I thought was very, very interesting. And I've been following it and following it. And it is in a case in Massachusetts horrible circumstances. But I'm going to ask you what this reminds you of. Because the first report from Boston 25, I was like, shut the front door immediately. And it just kept getting more wild. So here we go. No. Oh, and guys, just if you didn't know, the ground round is going to be making its return to Massachusetts. So if you do not have trauma from being weighed in a restaurant when you were 9, come on home. Get your peanuts and your popcorn. What day was that? The 3rd? No, 14th. Sorry, bear with me. Scoobity bee bop. You know what's happening. Oh, I just want to read the specific article. It's an oh, here it is. Got it. All right. So it was an Abington man, and he was found unalive in his backyard. And it said, this was an update on the 14th, but I'm just going to read you the article and we're going to black out together. Okay? Because I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with this case, but I was very interested to see the timeline and how things were investigated, how long it took to get these 2 brothers into custody, because we know that Karen Reed was arrested and arraigned at Stoughton District Court. She was arrested on the February 1st, and on February 2nd, she was arraigned at Stoughton District. So this was a wild read. In Abington, Massachusetts, 2 brothers have been arrested in connection to the unaliving of a man found dead in his Abington backyard this past December. Suzito Lopes, 43 of Quincy, was arrested at a home in Brockton on Monday night, and Antonio Lopes, 37 of Taunton, turned himself in to the Abington police on Tuesday morning. The Norfolk County District Attorney's Office announced Tuesday. I think that it's not, though. I think it's the Plymouth DA's office, but I don't know how there was this mistake. But it said 2 brothers will face charges in connection with the death of 43-year-old Anthony Leverone. Leverone was found unresponsive in his backyard at his address on Friday, December 27th, 2024, after a well-being check was called in earlier by his family. Leverone was pronounced unalive at the scene, and Abington Police and Massachusetts State Police detectives began a homicide investigation. Investigators later obtained an arrest warrant for 2 brothers after probable cause was developed. Both men will be arraigned in Brockton District Court tomorrow. I'm watching it. Are you kidding me? I'm there. I'm watching it. I need to know. Not only did this happen, babes, but with these 2 brothers, there was like a bolo that went out after we found out about this 43-year-old man being found unalive randomly outside in his backyard on December 27th, right after Christmas. Then we find out that Mass State Police put a bolo for a Kia, a blue Kia, And I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's a car involved. There is a car involved." And they had which one of the Lopes brothers who had, rented the vehicle. So it was a rented vehicle. And now this is just a couple of days later. So you're telling me that you have a rental car, allegedly they were at this restaurant, okay? And that there is allegedly footage of this the man who was found unalive on his in his backyard and these two men getting into a vehicle. Well, bitch, let me tell you, the brothers' attorneys aren't playing ball. They said, "I don't give a shit if you saw me at a local bar and get into a car with him. That doesn't mean that this happened and that he ended up unalived." Also, they're saying I'm interested to see kind of what his injuries are consistent with, because they're saying that this was potentially he was beaten to death. And I was like, I mean, when I tell you my eye twitched, twitchy, I was twitching, okay, babes? And I think that, again, we don't need to look at it as if there's something wrong with an investigation or wrong with anything. But the fact that the Mass State Police took at least 2 weeks to gather probable cause and move forward in their investigation and indict these brothers is completely different than what we saw happen in a 72-hour time span between Karen going out to the waterfall with, well, CF McCarthy's and then the waterfall with John. She allegedly goes, well, no, this happened. She drove him. That's not alleged. That happened. They go back to 34 Fairview and then the stories deviate, right? Karen says John leaves her vehicle and she's like, F this. I gotta go. I'm not staying here. She tucks and rolls. We know she's home at 12:36 a.m. At One Meadow. And then we have the Commonwealth who say she was in a fit of rage, managed to get her vehicle to Ricky Bobby type levels. Okay. She is speeding at Ricky Bobby, fake Mario Andretti's wife. I don't know who she is. She's a NASCAR driver, kept control of her vehicle in 5 seconds, got it up to 24.2 miles an hour in reverse in 4.5 seconds, struck Officer John O'Keefe in his arm. His arm allegedly pirouetted his ass and sent him between 10 to 12 feet into the yard, where he succumbed to a 2.5 inch laceration to the right occiput of his skull without a boulder or a protruding rock in that lawn, and in conjunction with hypothermia. But he didn't have progressive frostbite. He didn't have any other signs. Okay. So, that was at least developed by these Mass State Police, that they were like, okay, we had the bolo for the car, which I don't know exactly what happened to this guy, but I would like to see, or it makes sense to me at least, that, okay, other than Karen allegedly saying, did I hit him? Could I have hit him? Nothing was ever written, I hit him, ever, until a second grand jury in 2023 that is only reported by witnesses and, a couple of paramedics, but again, not in any report. So what do we know as medical professionals? If you did not document it, what? Say it with me, guys. It didn't happen. But that seems more on par in my brain is this Abington case where, like, okay, in 2 weeks you could gather enough information, but in 72 hours, I don't know, maybe it would seem like you pinned it on the girl. And that's my second TED Talk of the day. Oh, Lisa Davy, Trooper Paul said, throw through the air 30 feet. He sure did. He sure did say that. But I also don't believe anything, unfortunately, that our little Massasoit State College, our little, and I mean, I, of course, definitely trust associate degrees. And I think that anybody that has a certification or anything like that, you are to be trusted, except in this case. Because we know that Karen Reed was arrested and arraigned in 2022 in February. But babes, they like everything kind of hinged on this fucking Toyota tech stream data, right? Nobody knew, or you still don't know because there's no date or timestamp on the Toyota tech stream. But what I mean with that is they didn't have it until at least February. They requested it in February of 2023. So in 3 days, you had already arrested and arraigned her, and then you upped her charges in June of 2022 before you had this text stream data. But people don't understand why we can't really wrap our heads around the Commonwealth's theory. Oh, Mary Malaki. Hello, my love. I'm so happy to see you. I love your face. I would like to believe. Mary, please tell me in the chat. I know that you do have a favorite son. I was wondering, am I potentially your favorite online daughter? You don't have to say who's your least favorite. Or sister, whatever. A niece, I don't care. But I like to think I'm in the top. Hi, Robin G. How are you, Lovey? Oh, I just wanted to tell you, Robin G, I think about you and your dog every single time I get into a chat and change the messages from top messages to all messages. You saved my life that day. I was like, I can't see anyone. And I don't know, babes, that was it. Let me see what's going on over here. I didn't have anything else. I just wanted to talk to you and say hello. Lulu Bell has been a member for 1 month. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you, Lulu Bell. And Kevin from Illinois hit me with a fin bar and said, "Afternoon tea and crumpets, darling. Missed you. Hope your birthday was delightful." Thank you so much. So yeah, that night, oh my, I didn't even tell you. Shut up. Oh, this is why you guys trigger me. Thank you in a good way. You remind me. I just wanted to tell you that Nikki Haircuts lived up to his end of the bargain. If you knew what he said on the Nurse Kim birthday stream. Okay. He said that he would get potentially, or he said that there was already a video from Mr. David Yannetti to wish me a happy birthday. I received one. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. I'm not going to play it, but like, just because I don't know if that's illegal, but I'm going to show you a screenshot because when I tell you that Mr. Yannetti's dimps were dimpling, I didn't know who I was. Okay. Then Mr. Nurse Kim was like, "Oh, this feels egregious because I just took you out to a nice supper. And what are you doing? Fawning over David Yannetti." Yeah. Okay. I would like to be his intern. I respect his wife, but I also respect his dimples. And what he says goes in my book. Oh my gosh. Can you see it? You guys are going to get. Like I didn't play this every day, all week. Okay. Telling myself, I go, oh, maybe all these people suck and they're mean. And then I go, well, Mr. Yannetti needs me. Karen needs me. Because why? Oh, what do we care about, babes? At the end of the day, is this going to free Karen? Keep it up. Okay. Oh no, what did I do? Now where am I? Oh, she's lost. So I had a great birthday, though. It was awesome. And I did want to say to you guys, final numbers, Kersey Nursey M pulled it all together. Over 60. We had over $6,500 total. Are you shitting me? That's not assault. You know what that is doing? I'll tell you. Is this going to free Karen? I think so. I think so. At least that's helpful. That's a drop in the bucket, babe. And I was beyond blown away. Okay. I was like, this is insanity. And I thank you so much. So much. Truly, from like the bottom of my heart, guys. Like, I don't understand the generosity, the kindness, and the support of me. Just a nurse, just a mom, just a Kim, just us. Look she's a Capricorn, a nurse, a commentator, and a mom. I found this on the Canva, and I just made it. My little new sign. I don't know. So it was awesome though. Then we have Love a Romy with Cheese said, did you see Aiden's tweet about Llama and Brennan? I did. Okay, so let's opine. I don't know how and of course we don't know relationships of people, right? Like and could they have known each other before? Maybe. But it's alleged that one of the anti-free Karen Reed people, that she liked a post of his birthday, or sent him liked his picture on his birthday or some shit in July, and that was 2 months prior to him being appointed as Karen's special prosecutor. I just want to say that if there is an appearance of impropriety, the Commonwealth should, by nature, recuse oneself, right? Like, if you know, you know, you know. But I will say, credit to that anti-person. They're not like a witness or anything like that. So it really maybe wouldn't make that much of a difference. But do the other people know is the question. Do the other people in this case have connections to Hank Brennan? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. And SB, thank you so much for becoming a member, Lovey. And Joseph Kane. I have told you and Gingy that I was going to be doing a stream since Friday. Okay. So that's assault of me. And I appreciate you for handing out at one time 5 non-consensual memberships to Nurse Cam. We usually have to work for this, Joseph, but you're not making me work for it today. Okay. The girl doesn't have to dance for her dinner tonight. Right. I appreciate you. Oh, and Joanne Panella says, loving Chloe on the beach and love your face. Free Karen Reed. Hi, Joanne. How are you, my dear? It's been so long. I miss your face. I hope that we do a live soon, and hope that Dave is going to be around too, hopefully soon. He is working very hard. He's, dadding, and everybody was sick in his family. But he's working for Kirk and KMS full time, and he's like not making content. He's a little bit of a hermit crab. So hopefully he will stop being a hermit crab. And Jen O has been a member for 4 months consensually. Jen O, you stop it right now. I can't even stand it. I love your face. I demand a recount. Jimmy and Kimmy for BFFs. Show me the pie chart, Auntie. Maybe you could show the pie chart, because you were showing that, during your time. And Love a Romy with Cheese. I can't stop it. 10 non-consensual Nurse Kim memberships. Check it out, guys. See if you like it. You might not. You might say, please, Christ, let this 30 days run up as soon as possible. But if you like it, think about, staying, hanging around with me. Romy. She double dipped. She double did it. Okay. 20 spot I'm sorry for the 20 of you. Okay. This is a little bit out of hand, but I appreciate you, my Romy. And Lauren Elizabeth, thank you so much for becoming a new member. And my Mary Malaki hit me with another fin bar and said, Nurse Kim, you are my favorite. Let me put it on the correct pronunciation. You are my favorite daughter and always will be. Let's make it weird. I love your face and you. And sorry to the petty paralegal. I would just like to marvel in this, guys. Okay, I need a minute. I'd like Auntie to be sure that she knows what's up. And to anybody else who maybe thought that the Malak was your mother, we know that you are definitely our beautiful sisters, but you are second and third in line. There can only be one gold medalist, and Nurse Kim has taken it. Favorite daughter, I take this seriously. I will send you flowers for Mother's Day, Mary. And Robin G gifted, geez, guys, oh my goodness, gifted 5 Nurse Kim memberships. Stop it. You're too kind. I appreciate you so much. And Ohio Peach has been a member, consensual member, hopefully, for a month and said, love your face, and Chloe in a bikini. Now, if this doesn't bring us, I'm going to just put this down, babe, so that we can all enjoy her. Okay, because I couldn't win a background either because that was Microdots. Or I don't know who won for best background for superlatives, but I was like, I'm punching Proctor's and I got Chloe's in fucking polka dot bikinis and no one gives a shit. She's texting, babe. She has opposable thumbs. All right. She is the pup of the future. We love you, Chloe. And I love to think that Chloe is literally up in Vermont, hanging out with Ben and Jerry. You know the spiel. She's chasing chickens. Okay. She also, at times, churns her own vanilla bean ice cream. She loves it. She's obsessed. She has acres and acres and acres that she runs in my mind. And Loudmouse, thank you so much, Lovey, says, if you really think about it, Hank is still representing mobsters. God knows the CW is operating with a mafia-like mindset. Ooh. Loudmouse, I would agree. Like, seriously. And I feel as though his tactics are tacky. I feel as though Hank Brennan, with his unlimited funds, just like when he was fucking repping Whitey, he has unlimited emotions and his little paralegal writing motions all the time that are only used, in my opinion, to drain the resources of Karen Reed. This is not, guys, like I really don't think that this is going to happen. He knows exactly what the fuck is up. And he's like, bring your witnesses back. Let's have Dr. Marie Russell have to fly back from California another time. Let's do 2 days of Daubert hearings, which Mr. Alisi needed to do. He needed to get that in depth in order to get like the approval, for hopefully her to be able to discuss additional topics. But Dr. Russell has proven herself a formidable opponent, in my opinion. I think she will only be more prepared for trial, and that second day of Daubert and seeing how he addresses witnesses, in my opinion, again, is going to be a hard sell for some jurors. I really, truly believe that. Because you always, I think jurors go in and they think that the Commonwealth is fighting for the people, right? And for the family of Officer John O'Keefe. And that is their job. That's their primary goal. That's their Adam Lallian, right? Even though Lally's playing and putting us all to sleep, we're all like, oh. But at the end of the day, it's not flamboyant. It's not showboaty. It's what, if anything, can we please go to bed? That's his style. And then you see a defense attorney sign on for a special prosecution and then use defense tactics to suppress a defendant from providing themselves with like and giving a vigorous defense, which is what our Constitution is based on. You can't cosplay as a prosecutor if you're a defense attorney, in my opinion. And I think that, like, him getting that $75,000 is bullshit. He's getting more money, and I swear to God, Ted Daniel, do your thing, babe, because Ted was really good at getting the accounting for all the monies, and he knew that, like, Jessica Hyde got paid, I think, $11,000 for hers, and, they were unable to give Ted additional information. I should post that somewhere. I should repost that. The breakdown of how much money. It was like $500,000 that the Commonwealth paid, between, like, Mass State Police and whatever else for overtime and shit. Ugh. But, like, this is what we're seeing. It feels different, it feels off because it is loudmouth. It's it's gonna rub a lot of people the wrong way if you're walking up to experts, and especially experts in the medical field who have, even if you don't agree with her findings and her report, she is a qualified witness. And if you're hostile towards her, I think a jury will be looking at at Alan Jackson and not seeing him as confrontational. But it's looking like sparring, like they're on the same team, not the opposite. And I don't believe any of it has been done in seeking justice for Officer John O'Keefe, and that's shameful, in my opinion. And Dewey Loves Duckies says exactly, Loudmouse. And Kevin and from Illinois said, when is next Deb and Kim live? I don't know, babe. I think tonight. I think well, maybe, I don't know. If Auntie is feels emotionally available to do it, I would do it tonight. If not, hopefully tomorrow. I have tomorrow off. I have a couple of things I need to do in the morning, but I was off today, federal holiday, and then kept that babe going. I said, keep it rocking. I always like to try to get as many days in a row as possible. So that is my plan. Hopefully tonight. And it would be late. It would probably like 9 or 10. And Maddie Wag says, we got a peek into how rude Hank is. And I think I'm in love with Elise. He stood up to him and was so smart and kind. And Maddie Wags, what are you? The smartest and the prettiest. Yeah, you know it. Elise taking this case on and like coming in, he is so educated. You guys know that I get like bricked up over brains. And Mr. Betterow, every time I talk to attorney Mark Betterow and I can get his thought process and he can explain something to me that maybe like, or look at it from a different opinion and perspective from his years and years of legal practice, it is incredible. And for us as lay people, right? Like I might have my own specialties, and yes, I'm an educated person, but legally speaking, I'm only a consultant. I'm not a paralegal. I'm not anything. So this is so amazing to see yet another style. And when I tell you Alessi or Alessi, oh gosh, am I saying his name wrong? Mr. Alessi. I think it's Alessi. He is so smart. Like, have you seen the brain on that man? Oh, okay. That's all I'm saying. Don't make it weird, Kim. All right, babes. Well, that is Oh, what do we got here? Hank's broken pencil. Hi, how are you today? Whitey hid his cash in walls. His wall cash is paying for Hank. I Oh, also sidebar, my little Hank's broken pencils. Whitey did do that. And you know what else Hank did though? It's really interesting to think about Hank's relationship with Whitey, right? Because his relationship didn't end after he passed away. After Whitey passed away, Hank Brennan then filed lawsuits with the federal prison because of his transport and him being unalived during a transport, which was like agreed, shouldn't have happened. You knew if he was transported, he was going to get murked. So he files this lawsuit. Then he goes to see Black Mass another 3 years later, starring Johnny Depp. Shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. You got popcorn and you went to the movie and you went to the premiere. Okay. And then you are still fighting, like, he's still working on, like, civil litigations and is very close. He described himself as that his clients become his family, and I think that that's great. I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you, Hank, but it's wild to know that even in death, you're still fighting for Whitey Bulger and saying that he wasn't a rat, because he was. And to the families that were killed by him and Fleming, how dare you? Because because if there's nothing about Massachusetts and Boston and mass holes, it's that nobody forgets that. Nobody forgets Winter Hill. And the destruction and of the areas in which they were. And I think you'd be hard pressed to find someone who didn't have a very strong opinion about that, even if they wouldn't know of Karen Reed's case, which would be like delusional at this point. And everyone in Norfolk County knows. But everyone in Massachusetts knows about Whitey Bulger and the Winter Hill Gang too. Oh, Alessi, not Alisi. Because maybe I was going Khaleesi, Mother of Dragons. Okay, she's good. Alessi. Well, he's not less than anything to me. He's a Maury. Okay. Ooh, stop it. Mm, mm. Does he play Keno? Give him my numbers. 7-11, 1777. Oh gosh, that's funny. Hank Broken Pencil says Hank wouldn't have lasted growing up in Southie. Hank would have probably got his ass beat a time or two, but also today in this day and age, I think to myself, more people need to get their ass beat just a little bit, you know? Like I feel like maybe there are times where there's lessons to be learned as children, not as adults, because you don't want to be like, not as children, but you know what I mean? Like if you're in like 8th grade and you like you say something to somebody and they give you a little pop and you say, "Oh shit, maybe I won't talk shit about everyone all the time." Don't think maybe there's enough of that going on, because you need to be able to act appropriately, and some people don't act appropriately, and you can tell. You can tell that no one beat you up on a bus when you were in 8th grade. Oh, oh, gray space, gets it. And the voice. The voice I'll never get over, babes. Like, I sit there and I go when it's like, "Well," it's like, "and then I said," it's like it's John F. Kennedy, okay, which makes sense. John F. Kennedy and like a nasally hooker. I don't know, not a hooker, but like fisherman, okay? So it's like, "Oh, Judge Cadoti, I feel like I wanted to thank your honor for allowing me to make this motion today. And I feel very, very privileged, your honor." to be in front of you. Judge Canoni, what are you doing after this? Would you like to go and get a piece of pizza with me at Centopio's? Oh, and Danny Thomas is striking us where it's hot, okay? Getting it where it matters, babes. Hit that like, you lazy bums. I love everything about you. I'm going to call Auntie when I get off this stream, but I wanted to say thank you so much for answering my FaceTime. Thank you for just having a little afternoon, I was going to say delight, but that's incorrect use of vocabulary. Afternoon tea time with Auntie Kim. No, Nurse Kim. And hopefully we will go live either tonight or tomorrow with me and Auntie Deb. All right. I love your face. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye.